Hey everyone, Chef James, Sinners and Saints here, talk to you about making breakfast healthy and delicious. We're going to make some vegan, gluten-free pancakes today. I know you're scared, but they're going to be good. I'm going to show you how to put them together really quick. First thing we're going to do is start off with the flesh of 1.5 bananas that I mushed within 1 inch of their lives. And this is about 3/4 of a cup of banana flesh right here. To that we're going to add the rest of our wet ingredients. Right here I have about 1 tablespoon of soybean oil and some agave, which is going to be my sweetness element. We're not going to need too much sweet because we're going to put some applesauce in here next. I've got 1/4 cup of applesauce I'm putting in. And our wet ingredients are nearly set. And what we're going to do is hold off the addition of soy milk to the very end so we make sure that we have a good dry to wet ratio. So I'm just going to incorporate this, my agave, my applesauce, my banana flesh, and my oil. And a little skosh of vanilla into our wet. That's about 1/2 teaspoon there, maybe a little less. Give it some nice flavor. And that's our wet ingredients minus our last addition of liquid. If you have milk or soy milk, we're going to save that to the end and make sure we have a consistency that we're happy with. Over on the dry side, we're going to add 1 cup of rice flour here, keeping things gluten-free. You can absolutely use whole wheat flour or white flour. To that, I'm just going to add about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Again, when you're making sweet things, salt is going to help accent those flavors, so don't be afraid to throw a little salt in your sweet recipes. It's going to bring up all those flavors and make you much happier with the finished product. Also, to my dry side, I'm just going to put in a little fresh cinnamon. I'm just going to grate some cinnamon in there. Cinnamon sticks are disintegrated. Look out the little big pieces. And I've got some nice cinnamon flavor in there. Okay, now, the key to good pancakes is not over-incorporating your batter. If you do, it's going to ruin the leavening aspect of it, and the leavening aspect is all right here. This is 1 teaspoon of baking powder, double-acting baking powder, and away we go. Mix that up a little. Now what I'm going to do here is just make a little well for my wet ingredient. I'm going to put them in. There we go. Delicious. And now I'm just going to work this in a little bit to the flour. And now here's the key, is saving my liquid. If this were milk or soy milk and I'm making regular pancakes, I've got everything combined, my dry ingredients and most of my wet at this stage. But you really want to control your batter with the addition of your liquid. So this is just good soy milk right here. I'm going to put in about 1/2 of it. And I'm going to slowly sort of lift and get this stuff together. And this is where you're going to determine what you're looking for your batter. Now, these are going to vary depending on what altitude you're at, depending on what flours you use, but that's why we're saving the addition of the milk or the dairy product or the soy product till the end. Because now I can really control how wet my batter is and make sure we have a nice pancake batter. Pancake batter shouldn't be totally combined, they should be pebbled, but they should be fairly loose. And now here I see as I'm getting in here, I've got a nice mix, but I could use a little more moisture, so I'm just going to grab a skosh more soy milk. Put that in there. I put about another 1 or 2 of soy in here. And now again, not over-incorporating, keeping that nice pebbled look, but I've got the texture that I want for pancakes there. Okay, here we are, stove top. We let our batter rest for just about 5 minutes, and what you're going to see here is a nice loose batter. It's got some air bubbles in it, which is good, and it's not totally incorporated. I've got a pebbled look to it. You don't want to over-incorporate your pancake batter. You're going to make flat pancakes. So, the most important thing is having a good non-stick surface to work with, and the second most important thing is making sure it's at the proper temperature. And the way we do that is making sure just a little skosh of water, and we want to see those beads dance like that. If you see the water beads dancing, you know you've got a nice hot pan. If you're worried about the surface that you're cooking on, just taking a paper towel with a little bit of oil on it and rubbing it across the surface will make sure that your pancakes aren't going to stick further, but I'm confident that I've got a nice non-stick surface here. I've got it at a good temperature, and now I'm just going to ladle my pancake batter onto the surface. Start with 4. Evenly spaced. We don't want to crowd our pan. Get good heat going. There we go. I want to make the pancakes nice and round. Just a little shake back here. Give yourself some roundness and flatten them out just a touch. Now, we're just going to sit and wait for air bubbles to develop around the outside. Start to develop in the middle, and then you're going to see some browning creeping up on the edges. You really don't want to get in here and start flipping your pancakes prematurely because you're just going to make a mess. The first batch of pancakes might always be your toughest one until you get your temperature right. Go ahead and just put 1 on there. If you're worried about temperature, you're worried about your batter, but I'm pretty confident with both today, so we're just going to go for it. And we're going to wait and see these bubbles develop here. As soon as I get a nice even bubbling on the top surface, and start to get a little golden color coming up from the sides, we're ready to flip pancakes. So we're getting real close now. And if you have to cheat, go ahead and cheat a little bit. Just slide your spatula under and take a peek, see what kind of color you've got. Oh yeah! We've got some golden brown pancakes coming our way today. Look at those. Delicious. You can see I'm getting nice height out of these things. Rice flour, bananas, applesauce. Doesn't have to be bad for you to be delicious and look delicious. I defy you to try these pancakes at home. I guarantee you're going to enjoy them, and they're so much healthier for you and your family. Alright, we're going to give it about another minute on that side. Got some beautiful color going on. And we have made vegan, gluten-free pancakes. We're going to put the recipe up online. That's Chef James Mueller. That's my blog. Go ahead and check it out. The recipe will be up there today, and we're going to put these videos out and spread the word. Good food, healthy food. This is what we're doing.